Good evening, everybody. This is Matt with Low Cash Homestead, and I went into the store the other day and I was surprised to see, it's just a bag that I have them in, but man, I was surprised to see these. These were out. Seeds. I have a slight addiction to seeds, camping equipment, tools, seeds. I have a few addictions to a few different things. But they're all things that are good for the homestead. So I've got lots of different varieties of tomatoes and garden beans and broccolis, cucumbers, hot peppers. I have a ton of sunflower seeds as well. And that's just what we got retail. Here's another bag of stuff that we got retail. And that is divided into leafy greens. Some of them we put into our channel grow system inside. And then these are some things that I have kind of on order, both for microgreens and for baby greens. And this is a lot of my stuff from True Leaf Market and Mountain Valley Seed Company there. We have our spinaches, our mustards, our hot greens, different types of salad greens and all those things there. Tonight what we're doing is I have this extra piece of channel that I mentioned in the channel system video. This was a piece that was left because we actually had to change the design after we started building it, because my wife wants these sliding barn doors. I'm still working on that as far as getting everything together. That's going to be a reasonably expensive project, probably because I'm going to have to build the doors myself. But we're going to plant tonight, we're going to plant some bell peppers, and I got massive tons of these little frozen grape juice containers, and that is because I have a large family. So I've got a little, I think it's a 3/16 drill bit there, and I'm going to punch holes in the bottom of these. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of these that will fit in this little gutter, and this gutter will actually just sit right on top of our tank. Also, we were out, we found clearance stout, Eco Escapes, organic fertilizer for tomato, vegetable, and plant food. This is 4 pounds, $2. So we got 3 of those, and we got some all-purpose. And this is for, I'm trying to get some black moso bamboo. I have some little starters inside. They're taking forever to grow. But it's one of the plans for fencing on our property with living material. We're going to put some fencing up as well, but we're also going to do it with plants and trees. We also have a little bits of pea gravel and hydrocorn that are left. I got to tell you right now, I am not a huge fan of the hydrocorn, at least so far. And maybe if it was in like a flow-through wicking bed system, or maybe in a bottle bucket or something like that, maybe I would be a little bit bigger fan of it. My big problem with it right now is that so much of it, yes, it's light and airy, and that's exactly what it's supposed to be to keep from smashing your roots. But it has a tendency to float up and float away in these channels. And so I'm not really a big fan of that. But tonight, as I said before, we are going to plant some California sweet peppers, or bell peppers. And what I like about, as most bell peppers and most peppers, you leave them on the vine and they change colors. They did not have this in an organic variety. Most of the stuff that we have in this bag is organic. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little juice containers and I'm just going to punch a couple holes through them just so that they drain, and maybe 1 or 2 in the bottom. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a little bit of this pea gravel that we have in it. And we also have some hardscapes pond pebbles. In our new channel system, we put these large pebbles. The first one that I did of this channel systems, I used hydrocorn and pea gravel. And what I found is that you really restrict the flow in doing that. And I didn't want to go full NFT And that's basically because I need to experiment more with doing NFT with aquaponics. I know from previous systems that I can grow in gravel. So we went with gravel. But in this newer channel system, we added larger stones, river pebbles and pond pebbles in the bottom layers around the splash guards for the intake from each channel, and around in front of the media excluder, which is this little perforated plate. Hopefully you can see that. This little perforated plate here, which is just gutter cover. And then we glued that in. And as much as I pushed this bell siphon as far down as I could get it, it does retain a little bit of water. It never completely drains. But with those larger pebbles, I have noticed that they don't restrict the flow nearly as much. So I filled the bottom with larger pebbles, and then I just gave it a little coating of pea gravel on the top, and that's what we put our seeds in. So we're going to punch holes in all these. We're going to put a little bit of pea gravel down the bottom. Now, this is just a container. It's a container for my containers, so I can just put it over the thing. And what I'll end up doing is I'm not going to pump water into these. I'll end up taking, I have a couple of these juice cups that are laying around, and I just dip out water from the tanks and pour it into the Moso bamboo starters and whatever other plants that are not incorporated into the aquaponics system. And that's what I'll do here. And this again is just to keep the mess down. If the water level is not going to get high enough for me doing that to use the auto siphon. I'm not going to take the auto siphon out because I will probably find another use for this. I continually recycle things. So when I'm done with it, or if my experiment worked or my experiment didn't work or whatever, then I recycle, which is why a lot of the things that we do at the Low Cash Home. So yes, I buy products and I buy materials, but man, I do a lot with recycled junk. I have that cedar chest over there. I water checked it. It's not watertight, so we're going to have to change our thought process on there. I will not be able to use it as a sump, but I have a few ideas. I'm thinking about basically just turning it into a giant planter box. I have a 40-gallon stock tank that I bought at a farm and home store several weeks ago, actually before Christmas, and the only reason I bought it was because it was on sale for 20 bucks. And I'm like, deal, I'm getting that. What I'm going to use it for, don't know, but I will use it. So that's what we're working on tonight at the Low Cash Homestead. My name is Matt. Thank you very much. And as always, we have our giant cup of Coca-Cola. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a good night.